Meanwhile, the U.S. Senate has voted to block a bipartisan resolution that sought to limit President Donald Trump's military campaign against Iran, shutting down an effort by lawmakers who say Congress should have the final word on whether the country goes to war.
The U.S. Senate on Wednesday voted to block a bipartisan resolution that would have limited President Donald Trump's military campaign against Iran. The measure fell 53 to 47, with all but one Republican voting against it and all but one Democrat voting in favor. It had called for Congress to sign off on any hostilities with Iran, a move supporters described as reclaiming the body's constitutional authority to declare war. Democratic Senator Raphael Warnock argued for the measure.
The declaration of war is not a power that the President of the United States has. The Constitution makes it clear the declaration of war is the authority and the responsibility of Congress. Presidents of both parties, yes, they have engaged in military operations, but the declaration of war belongs to this body. Well, to me, this looks like a war.
Opponents, including Republican Senator James Risch, argued the president acted within his legal authority, saying the strikes were limited and necessary to protect U.S. forces.
45 of the last 47 presidents, which is all we've had, have ordered kinetic acts, just like President Trump has done, without going to Congress. This isn't new. The Constitution, Article 2, clearly gives the president not only the right, but indeed the duty, as does his oath, to protect the United States.
The outcome wasn't a surprise. Republicans have a narrow control of both chambers and have blocked earlier attempts to curb Trump's war powers. Still, lawmakers pushing for the resolution say they won't give up, warning that a prolonged conflict with Iran could pull the U.S. into another forever war, similar to the long campaigns in Iraq and Afghanistan. A Reuters Ipsos poll this week shows only 1 in 4 Americans approve of the strikes, and about half believe Trump is too willing to use military force. The House is set to vote on its own version of the Iran War Powers Resolution on Thursday. But even if both chambers approve it, the measure would still need a 2/3 majority to overcome a likely veto from President Trump. The Iran campaign is unfolding alongside other U.S. military operations. Since September, American forces have been firing on boats in the Southern Caribbean and Eastern Pacific, in what the administration describes as an effort to deter Venezuelan drug trafficking. Trump also deployed troops to Venezuela in January to capture country president Nicolas Maduro.